I found the camera of a missing person right under a railway bridge. Inside it was a shocking and disturbing recording, which was later confiscated by the police. It honestly feels like I somehow attract strange events in this area. The only thing that brings some relief is the fact that I can at least use this and turn it into a story for this video. So the entire story began with this video I recorded, completely spontaneously.
Hey. Oh.
A national nature reserve. Its area is about 10 square miles. In this forest, 4 days ago, at the time this video was recorded, a person went missing. For a number of reasons, I can't reveal his name. Perhaps when this story dies down, I'll be able to share all the details, but right now, I don't have the right to do so. He disappeared under strange circumstances. Exactly how, I'll explain later. Why did I decide to make this video at all? I'm not a detective, and I'm not a specialist in searching for missing people. That's the job of a professional search and rescue team. I'm here only as a volunteer. Initially, I just wanted to capture some atmospheric footage of the forest for myself. But at the same time, I decided to try to be useful. Maybe I could find at least some traces of a person who vanished without a trace. The missing person walked into this forest and never came back. Official search efforts began 4 days ago, as of the time this video was recorded. What makes this especially strange is that it's as if he simply vanished. No tracks, no witnesses, nothing at all. I didn't even plan on telling this story until I accidentally came across a campsite. Judging by its condition, it was clear that no one had been there for several days. That was the moment when everything started to feel off, especially after I found an action camera roughly 1,000 feet from the camp, near the railroad tracks. The footage on it turned out to be extremely disturbing and unsettling. These recordings unquestionably belong to the missing person. I walked about 1,000 feet away from the campsite and reached the railroad tracks, which, according to Google Maps, lead deep into the forest. And the most surprising part is that right under the bridge, I found a GoPro camera, completely undamaged, just slightly dirty. The battery was dead. I'll head home, and together with you, we'll see what's on it. It was already getting dark. Tomorrow, I'll come back here and continue filming. I've already watched all of the footage. A lot of clips had to be cut out. The actions in them were repetitive and honestly boring. I kept only the moments that felt the strangest and most suspicious to me.
No me acuerdo.
That raises an obvious question. Who was all of this filmed for, and for what purpose? Based on what was recovered, I formed my own theory about what might have happened to him. It could be connected to the person who ran away after noticing the man's camera. Another possibility is that a wild animal crept into the campsite and dragged him away. The sounds captured on the recording seem to point in that direction. That can't be ruled out. Frightened, the man steps out to check who or what is disturbing him near the tent. Finding nothing, he disappears into the darkness. Most likely, at some point, he began running from someone, or something. In a panic, he dropped the camera near the railway bridge and vanished deeper into the forest. It's possible that whatever was chasing him eventually caught up with him, and the outcome was terrifying. Or he may have fallen underground, which would explain why no one was ever able to find him. There could be thousands of theories, and I obviously can't reconstruct the exact sequence of events. But there is one detail that completely defies the logic of this dark story. What is a not-quite-living dog doing in the campsite? This is roughly the area where all of the events we watched earlier took place. This nature reserve is vast and dangerous. I'll try to find any traces, something strange, something out of the ordinary, and maybe, just maybe, I'll manage to find the person who recorded this footage. But first, there's something I need to do. Here's the information I was able to find about the recently missing man. His name is Victor. He's 28 years old. He was into active outdoor travel, worked as a photographer, and often preferred being alone in nature. When he set out for this reserve, he took a firearm with him for self-defense against wild animals. This is mentioned in a report written by the missing man's wife. For a number of reasons, I'm not allowed to disclose any further details about him. I did not find the firearm at the campsite, and that raises a logical question. Why didn't the search team or the police find this camp if I was able to locate it myself? The campsite isn't deep in the forest at all. It's practically right near the entrance, not to mention the action camera lying in plain sight. Was there really a search team here at all? Or was the search and rescue operation carried out only on paper, simply for reporting purposes? Yesterday, at this very spot, I found the GoPro. From here, I'll continue moving forward through the tunnel, deeper into the forest. This forest is truly massive, and if it weren't for the railroad tracks, which I relied on heavily to navigate, I would have gotten lost a long time ago. After walking through the forest for more than 9 miles, I began to lose hope that I would find anything at all. No one responded to my calls. The wind was blowing against the back of my head, creating a constant feeling of unease. It was painfully lonely out there, and the only sound I could hear was the rustling of the trees. Night fell. It gets dark early this time of year. I genuinely thought I'd make it out of the forest before dark, but as it turned out, I had to find my way out like this. At this point, talking about finding anything else would be pointless. My only goal was to get out of here as quickly as possible and return home. Being alone in an atmosphere like this is extremely difficult, especially with the footage I found still stuck in my head. And being in this forest at night is very dangerous because of wild animals. Leaving the forest as quickly as possible was the smartest decision I could make. Unfortunately, I have to end this story without a logical conclusion. The video recordings have been handed over to law enforcement. If any new information about this case becomes available, I'll be sure to let you know.